Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. This is our weekly broadcast where I am going to go over the astrology of the whole week, but I'm going to also add into this broadcast the human design transit reading for the full moon eclipse in Pisces, which is happening tomorrow. Usually I would do a separate broadcast for that, but since we're talking about it right now, let's just bring it into the picture. I have already done an extensive astrology reading for the Pisces full moon eclipse, so make sure you check that out. It is in one of my previous live streamed videos, and this is a really powerful eclipse. But today we're going to see it through the lens of human design, and we're also going to see some of the other aspects that are going to be happening for the week ahead. And this is a big week, you guys, because we are going to have the sun changing signs, we're going to be changing seasons, and we have an eclipse that is happening at the same time. So eclipse season can be very revolutionary for our lives. It can be very intense. It can create uncomfortability in our lives. It can create a lot of emotional purging. Personally, I've been doing a lot of emotional purging. And I've also been hearing from people who are also doing emotional purging. So if you feel a heightened sense of emotion right now, it is completely normal. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. And the energy is crazy. So just wanted to start with that. So before we dive into the content, let me say hi to everybody that's here, and also let you know some awesome stuff that is happening in our global community. Hello, Bernadine. Welcome in. Hello, Mary. Hello, Raessa. Hello, Anya. Satnam. Good to see you. So what I wanted to share is tomorrow I am going to send out an email and post an announcement in the global community for our upcoming Moon Goddess Akashic Healing Retreat, which begins September 30th, and it goes for 5 days in a row. We are going to be diving into the Akashic Records. We're going to be doing chakra clearing. We're going to do Kundalini meditation. We're going to do Yin Yoga with Tori. I'm going to do a sound bath for the actual eclipse, and we're going to offer a collective reading, a collective Akashic reading within the Akashic Records by me and all of the, not all of them, but some of the goddesses that have graduated from the Moon Goddess training. And this is our yearly event that is a virtual Akashic healing retreat that we do every year, not only to promote the Moon Goddess training, but more to help us find more balance as we enter these last few months of the year. And so the entire event is completely free. All you have to do is create an account in our Mighty Network. If you already have an account, you can just go to the All Events tab and RSVP to the events. I would love to see all of you there. It is going to be amazing. So remember, 5 different events. They're all at different times, so you'll have to check it out and see if you can make it live, which I would love. But if you can't make it to any of these events live, you can always watch the replay, because I will be recording all of the sessions. So hopefully you can meet us there. It's going to be in about, I believe, 2 weeks or something like that. So that's really exciting. We also have an awesome, really amazing astrology school going on right now. Actually, 2 of them. One of them is an interpreting astrology school and mentorship. If you want to learn how to interpret a chart, the transits, the aspects, like the whole thing, come join us in our year-long class. We meet twice a month, and we're going to be doing that for 12 months total. We just had our 2nd lecture, which was all about how to interpret a natal chart, and we're learning how to do it, why we do it, why it's so important, and what's the order of when you're looking at a chart, what do you start with, and why. So super fun. And our Goddess Astrology School is also currently going on. And oh my God, that class is blowing my mind. I'm the one teaching it, but it's like blowing my mind. We're diving into some amazing things within astrology that are not normally talked about. And these are the goddess asteroids, the Egyptian asteroids, all of the sacred divine feminine energies within the chart, where to find them, what they mean, how to read this in a chart, and basically what archetype of the goddess you embody. The next time we meet, which is not this week, but next week, we're going to talk about moon magic, manifesting with the moon, because the moon obviously is a beautiful, powerful, sacred, divine, feminine archetype. It is the high priestess, and knowing her cycles and knowing everything about her is so important for us to learn to flow and surrender to the flow of the astrology, but not just the astrology, like the actual moon herself, which completely affects us because she controls the tides of the ocean and the sense of emotion and feelings and how they come in waves. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to dive into the archetypes of the fire goddess, the earth goddess, the air goddess, and the water goddess, and which one within our chart we embody the most. So I'm so looking forward to that lecture. It is going to be so much fun. You can still join us. It's a 6-week class total, 6 sessions total, and we're kind of really right smack in the middle of it. Well, we have 2 more classes left, but all the links below work to go and enter the Mighty Network, our special global community, our space, and this is the platform that I host everything. So all of the free events and all of the paid for classes and courses. So much stuff going on. I am so excited to be back home and to finally have my studio up, and I am ready to freaking hit the ground running with all the stuff we have for the last week. I did like free mini readings, and I will be doing more broadcast and uploading more videos as well. So with that said, let's go into the charts and look at what this week is going to bring to us. So let me switch over to here. And let me know in the chat when you can see the chart. And basically I have set this chart as of literally right now. So we're looking at the chart of this moment right now, and I'll be just moving through the days of the week to show you what are the significant things that are happening within this week. And like I said, there is a lot, and we are in officially in eclipse season, but this eclipse that's happening tomorrow, I'm sure you guys can feel it. The moon has been coming out every night, and I swear to God, it already feels and looks like it's full. And the cool thing is that when there is an eclipse going on, the moon turns red. And in the United States, yeah, Mary says, I see it. In the United States, we are actually going to get to see the eclipse right around like central USA and the eastern USA. You're going to actually see it, the whole thing. It's not a total eclipse, but it is. Venus says, I see it too. It is a partial lunar eclipse and still going to be really amazing. And I've been feeling it for like over a week now. But yeah, and towards the western side of the US, you're going to see most of it pretty much. So exciting that we get to like really be in the presence of it. And tomorrow, right at the peak and the climax of the eclipse, I will be live doing an Akashic reading for the full moon eclipse, as well as playing music for the first time in a while here on YouTube. So make sure that you join us for that event tomorrow. So what are we looking at here in terms of the astrology? So today there is an aspect that is happening right now and will continue the energy into tomorrow. That is Venus making an opposition to Chiron, and it is happening at 22 degrees, which to me, when I see that number, I feel like that's a sacred number. Chiron represents healing. Venus represents love and beauty and relationships. And because she is the ruler of the South Node currently, this is tapping into past life trauma and karmic wounds that have been coming up, that we have been working on, that we'll continue to work on until next year when the nodes switch signs. However, hello, Mama. Oh, welcome in. However, right now we are being asked to do some more of that beautiful clearing and healing, and it's intensified because the moon is already in Pisces today, and we've been feeling that energy of the eclipse already. And eclipses are connected to the nodal axis, so they tap into that frequency of destiny, life path, and what we're leaving behind, karmic healing of wounds and all that stuff. And because Chiron represents the wounded healer, this is a beautiful opportunity to open your heart to true healing and bringing more love and compassion into your life as we enter, like as the portal of the full moon opens and we enter into it. So tomorrow we see the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces, which is making a conjunction to Neptune, which rules the sign of Pisces and is in a stellium with Saturn. Again, go check out the astrology video because I go much more detail about this, but the eclipse is happening tomorrow at around 7:40 p.m. Pacific. And so it is going to be bright in the sky. So if you have clear skies, like, oh my God, go outside tomorrow and bask in the frequency of the full moon and put your crystals out to charge, because this eclipse is beautiful, you guys. This eclipse is a North Node eclipse, which is guiding us towards the future. It's guiding us towards destiny. And it's bringing that frequency that Pisces comes in with, which is love and compassion, and having compassion not only for others, but mostly for ourselves, and understanding the path that we're on and letting go of the things that are getting in the way of us truly stepping into a strong spiritual path and journey and an embodiment of like heaven on earth. So this is an eclipse that I would recommend. Put your crystals out, let them charge with this full moon, do a ceremony, do something, come be here with us while you're at home on watching the YouTube channel, listening to the songs, letting the mantras and the beautiful music serenade your crystals while the moon charges them. That's going to be amazing. I am really excited about tomorrow. So eclipse is happening tomorrow, and it's happening on the 36th gate in human design. And today we're going to talk about the human design transit reading for the full moon. So we're going to talk about what the 36th gate means. All right, we're going to go on to the next day where we see an opposition, an exact opposition between Mercury and Saturn, which can bring in seriousness. But I feel like this is a positive thing because we do need to get serious about like our path. We do need to get serious about like really truly listening to our deep inner wisdom. If we are not doing that right now, even though it's good to take things lightly, it's good not to like over burden yourself with the weight of serious thoughts, of serious conversations. It is good to keep things light and keep things simple, but this is inviting us to find balance. And these two planets are in the same signs that the eclipse is happening, which is the Virgo-Pisces duality, which is all about finding the balance between being in the clouds, like dreaming of a future, and being on Earth and facing reality. So this to me feels like important conversations, important decisions, important thoughts that are helping us to find balance in that way. It could feel uncomfortable when we're having to talk and communicate with people, but at the same time, I feel like this is a beautiful continuation. This whole week is included in this energy of the eclipse, so it continues. Hello, Jeanette, welcome in. It continues the flow of the energy. So we enter this like kind of serious space of like, hey, this is important. You need to pay attention. Don't let it just fly by. This is an opportunity that is so important. And Saturn really knows how to take opportunity on. He knows how to commit. He knows how to devote himself. And Mercury knows how to make it happen because Mercury is the magician. And then we go to the next day, which is the 19th. So Thursday, we see a beautiful trine from the sun to Uranus. And in fact, they are within orb of a grand trine with Pluto. This is a grand trine in the element of Earth, which can help us find more grounding, feel more grounded, and find more grounding in the aspects and energies that these planets relate to. So the sun is the soul. Uranus is our uniqueness, revolution, the change that is happening in our lives right now. And Pluto is the ultimate liberation. So it's the coming together of all the three things, like the depth that we need to help us liberate ourselves, free ourselves, the passion and the activation that is needed energetically to like burst through, to have that breakthrough, and then it sinking deeply into the frequency of our soul and us understanding it at like a pure light level of like how much work we're doing, how much we're like, there is a lot, like there is a lot going on. This is actually a grand kite that points towards Neptune, because you'll see the sun is already starting to make its opposition to Neptune, which that aspect is not exactly the best feeling aspect, but the grand kite points towards where can you find a solution, or where can you find the understanding, and it is within your intuition and an internal reflection of all of the things that are hidden within the subconscious that are trying to come out and trying to be seen right now, because we're doing the heavy work. So this is powerful. Like this is the planets aligning in a way that are like, it's like one thing after the other. Don't waste the opportunity to do this, like to just embody this energy in your life and watch what happens. Like watch the magic that begins to unfold because you choose to like stick with it and to truly face your fears and your shadows and like actually transmute them. This is an internal reflection, because a lot of these planets are retrograde right now, especially the ones that are making trines to the sun. Uranus and Pluto, they're retrograde. So the energy is being directed inwards. So it's an inward type of, it's a call to go inward and to change from the inside out. And then we get to September 20th, which is Friday, where we see basically the sun make an opposition to Neptune. And this is where things can get confusing, unclear. Always a good time to just wait it out, take a chill pill, Don't try to find answers in the fogginess. Sometimes you just have to like, like the Titanic shouldn't have been going full speed ahead. You know what I mean? Without knowing exactly its surroundings. And that's kind of what this does. It's like, don't be going 100 miles per hour in the fog. So this is actually an opportunity to just kind of sit with the energy of the changing seasons. Because the next day, September 21st, is the traditional celebration of the fall equinox. It is a time where the light and the darkness are of equal length. So there's just as much daylight as there is nighttime. And we begin to celebrate the going inward because we're moving towards the winter, which is the transcendence energy. And the fall, if you look at the Atlantean wisdom that we learn all about in the Moon Goddess training, is all about a period of integration. And then in terms of the seasons, is a period of harvesting. We harvest. Yeah, isn't it weird that I brought up Titanic? We're harvesting everything we've like created and manifested this whole year. In the Starseed membership, we've been following the year season by season. And every month we have our seasonal workshop. We're going to be doing our Libra season workshop on Wednesday to get ready for Libra season and everything that it's going to bring for us in our lives. But it's a big deal because it's one of the equinoxes, a moment in time, both like on Earth itself, that holds a lot of like beautiful and powerful potential. Or it's just like, I'm feeling like if you close your eyes and if you just tune into the energy and be with it, that's exactly what we need to do. And we get ready for this. And then we end the week, September 22nd, with the sun, with the technical fall equinox and the sun entering into the sign of Libra. And it's going to be a big deal because it's heading right towards that south node, and it's heading right towards that solar eclipse in Libra that is going to be happening 2 weeks after the Pisces full moon eclipse that we're having tomorrow. So there's just a lot, and it's beautiful. Like, it's amazing. This is when the time is magical. For me, Virgo season has been very much about getting back on track. I call it like coming back to me and coming back to my roots, because like years ago, I was like so like strict, and in a good way, in a positive way, not in like an obsessed way, but I was like so strict about my diet and like what I ate and didn't eat. And I took care of my body so much. And then I just kind of like, life happened and just kind of like let go of that like connection to the Virgo energy of like self-care and being grounded. And now I feel like I am back. And the craziest thing is that I never would have imagined that I would have been able to do that in the situation that I'm in. And I'm in a situation in my life currently that is wild and crazy and changing, but in evolving, but it's also grounding me at the same time and teaching me how to find the grounding in the moment and how to be grateful for like having a place where I can sit and stay and work on my daily routines and work on healthy daily habits. And that's what we're experiencing right now with the Virgo season. And then Libra season is going to be like a big karmic release. The South Node eclipse is not the same energy as a North Node eclipse. The South Node eclipse is like karmic, and you're healing karma. We've been doing this over and over again, but the themes that come up can be heavy. And even though this eclipse is heavy, I feel it like we're purging. We're letting go. And we're like clearing away and finding gratitude and finding a space to celebrate the magic that is us, that is like who we are, like spiritual beings having a human experience on this planet and enjoying the experience, like just being so excited that we're actually just along for the ride. So it is amazing. Yes. And the grid is being lit up. Yes. So much right now. So that's the weekly astrology. And so what I want to do right now is switch on over to the human design of the eclipse, because we haven't talked about this week, and to talk about where it's actually happening. When we look at the eclipse through the lens of human design, we can see that there's actually, during the eclipse, no channels that are officially complete. And what this means to me is that it kind of leaves energy open-ended for you individually. Like it says, look at your chart and see all of these gates that are, activated during the eclipse and it colored in black are gates that could possibly be making connections to channels or gates in your design and connecting things, connecting the dots. So it's like, this is a very individual journey. I feel like, yes, it's a collective journey, but it's very much an individual journey. This eclipse is happening on the 36th gate, which is a very, 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 very intense emotional energy. So this makes sense. Like, we talked about how the shadow in the gene keys of this gene key, the 36 gene key, is turbulence. And we know that the 36th gate is in the solar plexus, which is the center of emotion. And so turbulent emotion, right, is the method by which we are doing the clearing and the purging. So this is huge. It's a big deal. So what I want to do is read about the 36th gate, but also talk about and ask you to look at your chart and see, do you have the 35th gate activated? The 35th gate for me is actually my life's work. So when it connects with the 36, this beautiful channel called the channel of transitoriness gets activated. So if you have the 35th gate, this eclipse is going to complete this channel, which means the emotions are going to flow directly out of your mouth. This is like the feelings coming through your voice. So this is going to be a really interesting broadcast that I'll be doing tomorrow for this eclipse, because I'm actually going to be playing my guitar and singing songs. So we'll see what comes through, because for me, this is a channel that's directly coming out of the throat for all of us. But for me, it will be completed. And it is my sun sign. 35 is like my sun sign. So it's the power of my soul speaking the voice, channeling the voice of the emotion. So what Raissa says, it's her vocation. Mary says, I have the 35 too. So, I love that, Venus. Thank you. So let's talk about what is this 36th gate. It's called the gate of crisis, and it's called the darkening of the light. Like, for reals? Yes. The quick reference theme: people who are here to grow through profound emotional experience. That is what this eclipse is doing to us. It is helping us grow through profound emotional experience. So let the emotions flow. Don't hold them back. Don't push them away. Don't bury them. Let them flow as crazy as they come out. Yesterday, I had a crazy emotional day. And then it felt, actually, even though it was insane and it was like uncomfortable, it felt good. Later on, I was like, okay, I'm good. I have my juice now, and I've been juicing lately and my body's like, fuck yes, I love this. Give me more of this. Healthy, clean. And then everything else just flows better. But it's in profound emotional experience that we are like swimming in. This is the gate of emotional turbulence, which usually occurs once the desires of the 30 are expressed. These people, and therefore this eclipse, is here to teach us to learn how to handle emotional experiences and to find clarity by going through all kinds of emotional challenges. Both the highs and the lows are here to be moved through cycles during which inexperience is transformed into experience. And that is the only way that we learn, is by having experiences. They learn through constant change, which means that's what this eclipse is bringing. I mean, isn't that the truth, right? Nothing, you can't hold on to anything. Everything is fleeting right now. Everything is fleeting. Like, we're constantly in a different thing. Something else is happening. Something else is happening. And it's like ultra light speed. So we're learning through this constant change, which can prove to be both very exciting and very overwhelming and destabilizing. So hence what we're feeling right now. These are people, okay, so this is the key and a beautiful aspect of the eclipse. There is an untapped depth of feelings that we're always waiting for someone to trigger out of us. That is what this energy brings. So we need the 35 in order to meet the new experience. So you're going to be in the space of like, let's go. I'm yearning. The emotions are here. The turbulence is here. Let's have the experience. So this is why it's going to be very powerful if you do have the 35, which is the gate of change and progress. People who sample many different things in life in order to learn from them. Now, this is my life's work. These are people who are always ready to try a new experience. So we need to be open to it as well. Often without giving a thought to the repercussions. This is also true. This is so me. This is a gate of a hunger for something new. Once an experience has been tried, the hunger is fulfilled for a short little while until a new cycle arrives. And once again, the hunger returns. These are people who can thus be multi-talented, hence the keynote for this channel, a jack of all trades. Because this gate of being empty and or full, this is the gate of being empty and or full. These people are easily bored. I get bored so easy, it's not even funny when nothing is happening. I get like anxiety when nothing is happening. They're always seeking the emotional rush of diving into the 36. So this eclipse is the emotional rush. If we do not wait before we leap into something new, crisis is usually the result. The 35-36 is a very strong magnetic connection, being the channel of sexual talent. The 35 looks to the 36 because it represents an unknown experience and thus excited at the prospect of trying something new. However, the frequent result of such connections is disappointment, since the drive to try something new disappears as soon as it has been fulfilled. So the secret is for us to wait to be clear first. Because what this does, this 35-36 channel of transitoriness, it connects the solar plexus to the throat center and activates the emotional wave, which means that there's no clarity in the moment. So who has the 35? I know Mary does. I know I do. Anybody else have 30? Anya has the whole channel. So the eclipse is high. If you have the whole channel, the eclipse is highlighting that channel. And if you have the 35, eclipse is like there's a completion of this energy for you. So here's what the whole channel together means. Yours is a life rich in experience, which means this eclipse is bringing in rich experience. Though poor in meeting the expectations of your own mind or of others, your deepest talent is for adventure. Your goal, the wisdom that nothing lasts. These people are driven to constantly seek out new experiences in life. Theirs is a journey of gathering wisdom through experience. The experiences they have are all part of a wider plan that eventually can give them great depth. However, their personal lives can often seem to pay the price if they do not understand how they operate. Since this is the creative channel of the sensing circuit, okay, so that brings up another Another interesting fact is that this eclipse is happening in the sensing circuit, which is about not having clarity in the moment and letting the experiences happen. And the experiences ultimately are the wisdom. Like, so you have to go through the experience. You're not just going to like magically one day to the next have the wisdom. You have to go through the experience. That's why you can't just like take an online class and like be an expert at something. You need to practice it. You need to experience it in order to fully like integrate it. And so the sensing circuit is about that. It's not knowing what happens, not understanding what's going on until after the experience is over, and you can look back and be like, oh, damn. Kind of like that. But we do have a talent for adventure. We're driven by genetic hunger for change. Also, we're desiring change. We're moving through one experience after another for the wisdom rather than the result of the experience. And as we mature, we become more and more creative and share our experiences, both good and bad, with others. So this is the energy that this eclipse is activating through the lens of human design. So it's emotional, it's turbulent emotion, it's emotion seeking experience, and it's emotion like learning to surrender to the experiences and have the adventures so that the wisdom can be understood. That's what this eclipse is calling for us from human design. So I've already talked about how powerful this eclipse is. And yes, so I'm really excited for it. Let's look at some of the other gates that are active here, if any of them kind of call my mind. So 18. Yeah, so the South Node is on the 18 during the eclipse, and that's the gate of correction. It's like we're trying to fix things. Like having an eye for like, this doesn't work. This is broken. We need to fix it. So I love that the South Node is helping us do that. And that is by looking back into the past at past experiences and how to fix them, right? Venus on the 32nd gate, the gate of continuity. All that endures is change. Basically, change is the only constant in life, is what Venus is telling us, which she is like generally close to the South Node in the same sign right now. And so she's dispositing the energy. So we're looking to fix things by also recognizing that that they're always changing and always flowing, like that Pocahontas song that I always love. Let's see who's on the 52. Mars. Okay, that's interesting. So on this eclipse, Mars is like, shh, listen. Can you sit still? Be like the mountain. Wow. It's not really a time for like action, as in, let's go do it. It is a time for being still and listening to the emotions. I love that. Of course, Pluto's on the 60th gate, the gate of limitation, which is all about recognizing the limitations of life and learning to work with the truth, learning to work through the truth, learning to work with the reality. We've got the sun on the 6th gate, the gate of friction, the fundamental design component of progress, the law that growth cannot exist without friction. Right? Rub-a-dub-dub. No, I'm just kidding. This is interesting because that's tribal circuitry, and it is about like our tribe. There's an aspect of this that is about like, what are we seeking, and it's emotional experiences and it's emotional connection with others, deep connection. Who's on the 25? That sounds exciting. Neptune, get out of here. Neptune, which is the ruler of the eclipse, is on the 25th gate, the gate of the spirit of the self, which is about innocence, the perfection of action through uncontrived and spontaneous nature. Whoa. Selflessness. Dude, what is happening right now? I think this is Jupiter. Yep, Jupiter. The gate of the gatherer, right? Gathering together, the natural and generally beneficial attraction of like forces. So like attracts like, but this is also about bringing, it's like the breadwinner energy, and like just bring it in. Bring it in. You're gathering it. So what are you gathering? Are you aware of what you're gathering? Who's on the 8th? Uranus. The gate of contribution. This energy has to do with, my thing just stopped sharing. This energy has to do with understanding. It's a little bit of like self-understanding, because it is a channel that's connected to the G center, which is all about identity and self-knowing. And Uranus is the planet of change and transformation. And this 8th gate, if we look into it individually, it's people with a gift of knowing how to draw people's attention to a truth. So it's like we're calling the attention towards truth. Uranus is calling our attention towards the truth. Whoa. Which is self-connected, because this is it's a throat, it's an expression, but it's also connected to our sense of self. The North Node is on the 17th, the gate of opinion. So North Node on the 17th, South Node on the 18th. So this is, like I said, the nodal axis is looking us like you need to correct the things that are wrong. You need to fix the things that are wrong. Sometimes fixing them is literally like recognizing like 10 of Swords energy, that it's broken, or 8 of Cups energy. It's like, actually, we can't fix it, so we need to move on. Or sometimes fixing it means you can fix it. And you have to look at it honestly. So that's a big deal. And then we have we have Saturn on the 63rd, the gate of doubt. And then Mercury on the gate of confusion. Okay, that's really funny, because I have I have both of these. So that means this is actually kind of gnarly for me, because I've got my life work on the 35, which the eclipse is completing the 36. I've got my radiance on the 63rd and my purpose sphere on the 64th. So the 63rd, 64 energy is about exactly that. It's like doubt mixed with clarity, confusion mixed with clarity, and it just kind of flows through. So right now we're experiencing doubt and confusion, but that's the key, because in that confusion we recognize, oh, maybe there's nothing that I need to do, or maybe I need to surrender to what's happening instead of trying to understand it. And when I do that, when I sit in stillness, like Mars is telling us to do on the 52, when I sit in that stillness, I actually receive the answers. If I sit with the confusion and I just be with it and I don't try to find the clarity, that's when the clarity comes. And that's actually crazy that it's Saturn and Mercury, and they are opposing each other. And that's why you see these two gates are on opposite ends of the spectrum. One is in Pisces and one is in Virgo, and Mercury is in the Virgo one and Saturn is in the Pisces one. But yes, right? Yeah, it is really funny. Wow, I've never actually done that before. That was super freaking fun to do. Meaning go through every single one of the planets and where they are. It's funny because these are gates that I recognize them, and I don't recognize all of them, but because it takes time to memorize all this. Yeah, right. I feel similar to you, Anya, that these are a lot of energy that I feel I have in my design and I'm connecting with, So yes, it's super powerful. Okay. So let us pull some cards for the week. And I will be doing a reading tomorrow for the eclipse itself, but this is just for like the week ahead, which, like I mentioned, there's a lot going on. We are going to do intuition card, or where we're at, current energy, our challenge for the week, overall theme, wisdom from the ancestors, and animal spirit. And yes, okay. I was like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. All right. So thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being here with us this week for this reading. We would like to ask for a message for the week for all of us collectively watching this video live, and also those of us that are watching the video of the replay. What do we need to know this week? What's the most important thing for us to understand about this week? Where are we at right now? What is the current energy? What's the current energy? Okay. Ooh, 7 of Wands. So the current energy is, we feel like we're at a place where we are having to defend what we've created so far. Actually, I've been feeling this a little bit in my life, not in a huge way, but definitely feeling this, that somehow it's like either people are wanting what you have, or people are jealous of what you have, and you're having to be like, no, I got here fair and square. I put the work in, and now I'm going to defend this with my life because this belongs to me, like this is mine. I'm proud of this. I feel so strong in this space. And so it can feel obviously uncomfortable. It can also feel like it could be another message is a lot of things coming at us, like, and we're like, fighting them off. We're like fighting off all this like attacking energy. I feel that, dude. I definitely feel that. Okay. Let's see. What is the challenge? The challenge, the Fool. Sorry, the cards are really hard to see. But anyways, the Fool. The Fool is the ultimate new beginning. The Fool is the hero's journey. The Fool must take a leap of faith. He must take a leap of faith. He must jump off the cliff. He doesn't even care. And that kind of trust is what the universe is asking of us. And some of us are like too Saturn-like, well, I know if I jump off the cliff, I'm going to fall and hurt myself. It's like, no, you're not. Or it's like, you don't know that. You don't know that. Maybe you'll grow wings and fly. And the Fool thinks like that. Maybe I'll grow wings and fly. I'm going to grow wings and fly. I'm going to fucking grow wings and fly. Let's go. And he jumps off and he grows wings and flies. Or he falls. And he begins his journey, but it's the beginning of the journey. So this is the ultimate new beginning. That's why it's difficult. And it's also the ultimate trust and in taking of a leap of faith. The challenge is you got to take that leap of faith. What's the overall theme of the week? All right. Here we go. 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is you walking away from the turbulence. So the turbulent waters to the calm waters is the process, but it's like, oh my God, it's like that Jupiter and Gemini energy that I talked about in the Jupiter and Gemini workshop about how we're like, we're going through the underworld with Jupiter and Gemini, and we need to get out. We can't stay stuck. So it's like when they tell you like you're going to go in the underworld and you're going to Persephone and you're going to go get the potion, or Psyche, goddess Psyche, and you're going to go get the potion from Persephone and you're going to bring it back and you're going to see all these souls in the underworld, and you can't talk to them. You can't communicate. You have to just go. You can't look back. Or like Medusa's going to turn you into stone. And we need to just keep going forward. Do not look back. Just keep moving forward. There's nothing behind you. There's nothing. It's only forward. I freaking love that. And the other overall theme card that came out is the Page of Pentacles. So there's a vision we have a vision and we're desiring to like create more abundance in our lives. But the key is you need to walk away from the things that hold the abundance back. All right. What is the wisdom from the ancestors for the week? Ace of Swords. Let new ideas come in. Clear the mind. Start over. Fresh. Beginner's mind. Fresh mind, beginner's mind. Zen mind, beginner's mind. That's the key. Wow. That's the wisdom from the ancestors. I love that. And the animal that is here to guide us for the week, the hummingbird. Satnam. Satnam. Boy, am I glad to see that hummingbird. I want to read about the hummingbird. All right. The hummingbird brings in positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful energy to us. Inside the tiny hummingbird resides an endless well of energy and positivity. The hummingbird's secret is that it has learned where to gather the nectar, and it returns to these sources daily for nourishment and rejuvenation. This sacred elixir springs from many sources, but ultimately involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird, and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet, every moment worth savoring. Damn. And I'll tell you a story about the hummingbird as I pull a Gene Key card. The hummingbird is the only bird that ever looked God in the eyes. And this is because he flew under the condor's wing, hid under the condor's wing, flew under the condor's wing, and when he was about to get to God, he flew out of the wing and looked God right in the face. And the condor never looked God in the face. He always turned around and walked backwards towards God, got a message, and then flew back down. So the condor was the one that got closest to God, but the hummingbird was the one that looked God in the face. I love that. The Inca medicine wheel has hummingbird in the north and represents love. I love that. We got the 21st Gene Key, authority. So this week, we need to work to transmute the shadow of control. We need to try to stop trying to control everything and actually step into the gift of authority and literally valor. Ultimately, the only ones who will be given positions of control will be those who have given up being in control. My gift to you, and I'll leave you with this for tonight and this week. I come to share that true power has nothing to do with money or control. True power is about speaking and acting from the heart and grounding all that you do in a deep desire to serve. Becoming the true authority in your own life requires both that you surrender and that you rise up to meet whatever life brings your way. With enthusiasm, gratitude, and a deep sense of responsibility. You will know that you are owning your authority when you inspire loyalty and connectivity wherever you go. When everyone you represent, no matter what role they play, feels empowered, impassioned, and respected. It is time to listen deeply to the will of the groups in your life and act sincerely on their behalf. It is time to become the trustworthy person I know you can be. Whoa. All right, you guys. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this weekly astrology, tarot, and human design transit reading for the full moon in Pisces. Come back tomorrow, same time. I'm going to be doing an Akashic reading for the eclipse, and we're going to be live during the actual eclipse. So this is going to be so freaking epic. And I'll be playing songs and singing, and I can't freaking wait for that. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for your support. Please like, share, subscribe. Come join us in the global community and join us for our free event that is coming up, the Moon Goddess Akashic Healing Retreat on September 30th, totally free. Sat Nam, and see you soon.